Ever wondered how the S500 revolves around what we do every day? One of the things that you guys may not thought about this before is that the S500 has a lot of segments that are from the shall meaning that it's part of a rule, law, or regulation. It revolves around the OSHA, EPA, other rules or jurisdiction rules that are common across the country itself. This is what is very important to understand because this is where all the decision makings and the parameters to safely perform the work comes from. OSHA requires that no employee shall work in and what? Unsanitary conditions, hazardous or dangerous, or under working conditions that are likely to impact his or her safety and health. The employer shall provide a safe workplace regardless of whether OSHA has considered a particular hazard. That is extremely powerful and important to know. What stops a person from performing the compliance on safety rules and other stuff is the fact that you always get challenged or not even paid for performing what's the correct thing to do. And I went ahead and broke down as simple as possible an overview just related to OSHA, EPA, and the S500. And what Xactimate states what's overhead and profit, what's charged, what is not charged, what they accounted in their market research, and what they have not. Just to put an example, the very top areas. Now, is that costs associated into the Xactimate labor rate? No. Xactimate tells you that this is not considered and will be considered as a markup, which is our OMP, overhead and profit. And of course, you have those three, which is the general overhead, the job related overhead, and the job personnel overhead. Figure out how much does it cost, because there are a lot of hidden costs that you guys are not accounting for. And I'll tell you this, the most common price that Xactimate receives would be considered the market price. Now, there's additional stuff that they mention it is not considered whenever they do the research. You, the estimator, at your discretion, you're going to have to be modifying the three simple components, which is equipment, material, and labor. They are only collecting the most common price recently submitted. So if a bunch of people are just submitting the same number that Xactimate uses, well, guess what? Your prices will never update, and Xactimate will be using the same loophole, not intentional, but it affects you, the contractor, your client, and on the other side, the adjuster is the one that, they're getting yelled at, told stuff by the customer, by the contractor, and probably by their bosses as well. So do them a favor, update the stuff. Don't do the same mistake over and over and over again.